Alright. One thing to do. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Stormer of Stormer Mia Plays, and let's play some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Picking back up where we left off in the scribing of the Second Era questline. We are doing the Wing of the Indrik, so we're going to pick up and resume from there, and then once we're done with the scribing questline, if there's still time, we're going to go and start doing location quests in the Westweald. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Let me make sure that your voice is streaming. Hold on just a second. Can you say something for me, Joe?
Something.
All right, there we go. Yeah, you're streaming today, so.
Sorry, I mean, you can hear me today.
Well, remember last week they couldn't
No,
hear your voice.
But I wasn't. Yeah, but I'm not streaming.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. Your voice is streaming. Is what I meant. Or your audio is sharing. Hey Mars, welcome to the stream. How are you feeling today?
Hey, Mars.
To Aradon. I've been up playing the Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail since about 6-something this morning. I didn't intend to get up that early, but I woke up and I could not go back to sleep. I was like, fine, I'm up. I get it. I was so exhausted last night. I was so sure I was going to sleep until my alarm went off, but unfortunately my body was like, nope, wake up.
I did sleep until my alarm went off, but I woke up tired.
Sorry. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna go and take down. I wonder if we'll make it to this this dark anchor before it breaks. Maybe. I think it just started, so yeah, we should be able to make it. We have a natural alarm going off every 20 minutes from 3 a.m.
Stay alert.
Is that alarm the chickens or children? Roosters, yeah, I was afraid of that. Yeah, whoever said the rumor that roosters only crow in the morning are dead wrong. Like, as a person who grew up with chickens, they do not just crow in the morning. If they're awake, they're gonna make it everybody else's problem. But you know, you learn in like primary school and like early school years that you know, roosters crow in the morning when the sun comes up.
I hate to interrupt, but I need to go for a bit.
Okay, no problem, Joe. Sorry.
You are almost. I will ensure no tales are told of your valor.
It's a root.
Alright, that's 1 of 2 done. I'm taking eggs home, so that's good at least. Yeah, getting something out of it, so. Eggs are yummy, so. Yep, breakfast. So you're okay with eggs? It doesn't bother you? I don't know, I've always considered eggs meat because they're technically baby chickens, so. I guess technically they're chickens before they're chickens, but I don't know. That's just why I've always considered it to be meat, so. I know that some people, some vegetarians, they still consume eggs because they don't consider it meat because that wasn't a fully grown animal, so. Which is completely fine, you know. Everyone's allowed to define their own, dietary habits, no judgment, so. My problem is like when people who are like, super, super vegan just get up in your face about it and it's like, hey, I'm better because I don't eat meat. It's like, no. We're the same, you're just, I came to the wrong place. I thought this was the dungeon full of the vampires, but that's fine. I'm still going to get the challenge complete either way. It just wasn't where I thought I was. Travel back to the wing of the Indrik. Parents fertilized so they not become a chicken, therefore not meat. Okay. Huh. Vegans won't eat them because they're animal products, yeah.
I was tired of walking anyway.
And I get that. Like, I get I get, how they function. It's just, again, I have no problem with vegans at all. If you want to be vegan, that is absolutely fine. But don't say you're better than me because you don't eat meat. Like, that's no, you can't compare, like, dietary choice and decide, okay, well, that makes you superior. It's like, it really gets on my nerves. Seen that vegan teacher? I don't think so. The thing that I've seen that really puts me off vegans is the people who are like, oh, my cat is vegan. Like, no, your cat's not vegan. Your cat is a carnivore that's being denied meat. Cats are not omnivores, they are carnivores. Yeah, exactly. And then somebody posted that their cat had ate their canary, and like, why would my cat do this? They've been vegan their entire life. Because they've been starving their entire life, and they saw a means to get the protein that you've been denying them. Because cats can't digest plant-based proteins. They need proteins from meat.
Well done, mortal. You have risen to the challenge. One task remains. If I am to lend you my strength, you must lend me yours. Power for power. A wrong righted, and another step on the path.
Yeah, that's not smart. Dogs are omnivores. They can consume plant products, but they still need meat too. Like, I don't know what the ratio is. Like, if it's possible for dogs to survive on less meat than cats do, but like, just because they're omnivores doesn't mean they don't require meat. So.
My own. One day, As I enjoyed the sun upon my pelt, I beheld a hunter tracking an Indrik and her fawn. The hunter moved in to claim their prize, and the hind perished. The fawn leapt for freedom, and the hunter gave chase.
What did you do?
I stepped in. I imbued the fawn with a wisp of my power, but in acting with haste, I acted unwisely. My power protected the fawn, true enough, but it gathered the hunter in its wake. Now predator and prey are trapped in a chase unending.
Saving the fawn was a mistake?
I granted my power to a being that did not ask for it, and did not know how to use it. The height of arrogance. A vice I have been accused of on occasion. Use the lens, find their trail, and release these poor souls from my power without focus.
Where should I start?
Seek the fawn and the hunter in a southern Auridon cavern. Del's Claim, I believe it is called today. Restore this ill-used power, and I will lend my strength to yours. A signpost on your path to master scribing.
Alright, we're off. I've got a story about dogs and vegetables. So, when we were growing up, Mom always had a garden to supplement our, our meals. And we had a bad habit of going down and raiding her snow pod peas because they were really sweet. We would just eat them straight off the vine. Well, one day Mom came into the house absolutely steamed and was like, "Boys, did you get into my peas again?" And we're like, "No, Mom, we didn't. Like, you told us not to. We respected you. We didn't get into them." And Mom's like, "Well, somebody's eating my peas." Well, the very next day she was down in the garden, and who comes down there to help themselves to the peas but the dogs? And they're just, I guess they saw us eat the peas off the vine, so they decided to copy us, and we're eating the peas straight off the vine. And Mom's like, "I'm gonna beat your fluffy butts." She chased them out of the garden. It's bad enough we had rabbits and deers. You got away with that one. It's bad enough that there were rabbits and deers and birds and children raiding her garden, but now the dogs started doing it too. Let's not mention that when we got goats, the dogs were always like coming to the goats were always getting out of the fence and helping themselves to the garden too. We could not keep we could not keep the goats behind a fence. Snake means death city. Some of you may recognize this place. We came here a very long time ago during the Merkmeyer storyline. But that had to be 2 or 3 years ago now. Thought we were done with Merkmeyer, but it pulled us back in. About to leave. They don't have the service there. Okay. Have a safe trip to your service. I hope I'm going the right way. I don't actually remember, unfortunately. This was like almost 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, we're going the right way. Dorinian Acropolis from Somerset. You did this quite a while ago, too. This is also another place I said I was never coming back to.
Come now, little fawn. You cannot run forever.
Oh, right. She's not trapped down here anymore because I was convinced to let her go. She's loose. she... Oh, shoot, she's loose.
No quarry can escape me. Hounds after it.
Yeah, you've got a right to be mad there, Lady Andriana.
Just as I said, my power overwhelms the fawn. A ward of that power now binds it. Dispel the ward.
Dispelling the ward, boss. Be gone.
You are free, little one. Free to... what? Ah, of course. You may return with us if you wish.
Aw.
I will see both of you in my domain then. I will grant my promised power to the one that sought it, and offer safe harbor to the one that did not.
I'll be back there soon. I just want to double check something while I'm here. No, we burned her body. Yeah, we burned her body. She's loose. That was a really bad idea. What kind of horror did we release upon Tamriel? She probably would have gotten loose eventually, though.
The fawn is safe. My strength returned. And you have had a moment, I hope, to reflect on power and its wise application.
What happens now?
Now, as with Ulfsil before you, I offer you the sigil of the Indrik. You will take it to the altar and imbue my strength within. The power I pass to you will infuse every drop of ink, every sheet of parchment, each whorl and dot upon the page.
What does that mean for my scribing?
Until now, your mastery of the art was limited. With my support, your horizon expands. So too, the vision of your allies. I will ensure their efforts to explore and chronicle the contents of the Scholarium meet with success.
Right.
Your knight has returned, with allies at her side. But that can wait.
Hey, welcome back, Joe.
Mortal,
I'm back.
fable-bearer, friend, accept my gift to you. The power of a luminary of magic.
I will accept this gift, Indrik.
You have completed my trials. You have shown wisdom in the use of your power. Take my sigil. Join its essence with the altar. And let the ink flow once again.
Alright. Let's go amplify the altar. You missed us having a story about my dogs growing up eating vegetables out of Mom's garden. Because they had seen us doing it, so they copied us and were just pillaging Mom's garden. And Mom couldn't figure out who was doing it because we had methods to get rid of like animals and stuff. So it was just the dog. It was just us and the dogs. And she assumed it was us. I mean, she was right to a degree. We were raiding the garden on occasion.
That's not only you.
Good to see
Yeah,
you
it was the doggies too.
You'll find her over in the East Wing with our newest arrival.
It's always the East Wing.
There you are. I wanted to introduce you. This is Chronicler Ferrandil.
Good to meet you. Nolia and I have been touring the library and I've already found, well, some terribly surprising things.
Ferrandil.
Chronicler Ferrandil at your service. Chronicler of tomes, scrolls, scripts, and otherworldly delights. I'm glad that I was able to make the trip. I think you'll find my skills quite valuable on this most unexpected expedition.
What is your role here?
I've been tasked with facilitating this lost art form you've rediscovered. Scribing. How novel. As I understand it, you will be contacting and convincing these luminary creatures, empowering the altar and all that.
How will you facilitate scribing?
I'll scour the complex for grimoires and scripts. I've already found quite a few, aided, perhaps, by that... what's his name? Indrik chap. I've never been led by a faun to a trove of ancient secrets before, but it was an exciting experience.
Thanks, Chronicler.
Don't worry, I will do my very, very best to ensure I have what you're looking for. I take my role as chronicler for this expedition quite seriously.
I have a few questions for you.
But of course you do. Ask away, my new friend. Happy to help in any way I can.
The Indrik helped you find supplies?
I believe so, yes. I have a good imagination. You can ask anyone. But I can think of few other reasons for an Indrik faun to be traipsing about the depths of an ancient library carved from a Somerset island.
I wonder if the other luminaries will help you find scripts and grimoires.
I most certainly hope so. This place is massive, and any assistance they might put forward would be deeply appreciated. You can tell them that Chronicler Ferrandil said so when you speak to them.
What does a chronicler do exactly?
In the Great Mages Guild hierarchy, it's a bit of an informal title. It's passed around by a few adepts, like myself, with a penchant for the identification and illumination of ancient secrets.
You're selling things, though. Is a chronicler a fancy title for a clerk?
Isn't it beautiful down here? Just exquisite chisel work on the walls. When the votary here described this place, well, I just had to come along. And I'm so very glad I did.
So basically, he's not going to admit the fact that he probably shouldn't be selling this stuff.
It's good to be back. I know it took some time to get us all down here. Apologies. Archmage Galarian and the Votary Commander needed significant convincing to turn this into a full-fledged expedition. How did it go with the Crow?
I met my first luminary, the Indrik, and he lent his strength to the altar.
You just continue to impress again and again. With the luminary's strength added to the altar, who knows what you'll be able to accomplish? As you might imagine, guild leadership is very interested in the art of scribing.
Does that mean you'll be staying here in the Scholarium?
For the duration. You have more luminaries to find, this complex needs to be explored, and the secrets of scribing are just waiting to be teased from the past. What about you, friend? This expedition would be nothing without you.
I'm committed. Let's get to it.
Magnus be praised. We've secured supplies for a full-fledged expedition, you've allied with your first luminary, and the altar surges with new power. Not bad for a day's work. What happens next is up to you, be it griffin, netch, or dragon. We've gathered their fables in the main hall. If you have any questions, let me know. Except for what's beyond the unmarked door.
Yeah, nobody knows what's beyond the unmarked door. Alright. So we've got a quest marker for the Fable of the Dragon. We've got quest markers for all of them, actually. I don't know, I'm kind of interested in this one over here that's called Nabal of the Fetch instead of Fable of the Netch. A completely true account of Ulfasad's favorite luminary. Some sought the power of the Indrik. Oh god, this is long and rambling and mostly just praising the Netch.
I see you found whatever this is. It's not the Fable of the Netch, as I recall it. I am occasionally fond of the Netch's levity. However, if you are short on patience for playful antics, you may find this a difficult trial. Worth it, I think, on your path to master scribing.
Why is this book called The Navel of the Fetch?
A prank, no doubt. The Netch is known for pranks and tricks. It enjoys wandering invisibly, causing mischief and spreading what it considers to be joy. The Netch almost certainly traded out the Scalarium's fable for one of its authorship.
How should I find the real fable?
I think it likely the Netch will reveal some sign to you. It delights in showing off its cleverness. Nalia and I discovered an echo in the West Wing that should relate to the Netch. I'm sure whatever you learn there will be most instructive.
Alright, I'll start there.
I hope nothing else has been tampered with. There's already so much wrong in the Scalarium. So much that didn't stand the test of time.
What can you tell me about the Netch?
A vain, jovial, and generous being. It approaches life's solemn moments as an opportunity for new ways to demonstrate its wit and whimsy. The Netch and Ulfsild got along famously well, but I find it to be a little much.
Why is that?
It enjoys being the center of attention, its tendrils ever reaching for ever more. Ruffles my feathers a bit. Its actions will seem enigmatic, even esoteric, but it really does mean well. I think.
Thank you for talking about it. It's a squirrel.
What in Ifre's name? Is that a squirrel?
It is, in fact, a squirrel, yes. Hold on, I want to check something real fast. Okay, that did, in fact, count.
Hey there! I thought you could use some help tracking down the fable. It seems like this Netch has a very distinct sense of humor. I'm willing to play along for now, if you are.
How should we play along?
The Netch is a trickster, but it's also proud of its wit. Getting the upper hand with someone like that is simple. Flatter them. Reminds me of a Covenant knight I once met who tried all night to get my attention. But that's a story for another day.
I'm assuming that's Darian. So you think we should flatter the Netch? How can we do that?
I think we do just as they did in the fable. Here, allow me.
Go right ahead.
Oh, great and glorious Netch! Your cleverness exceeds us. We beseech your aid in finding your true fable. Guide us to your Netchy bosom. Make our lofty dreams come true.
Now there are 3 squirrels.
Quick, follow them!
Squirrels. That's all we really are squirrels. We're being hunted, we are squirrels.
Good heavens, I say.
Yeah, there's like 5 squirrels now. The squirrels are multiplying.
Aha! You found it! The true fable! Not as good as my version, of course.
Netches. Okay, so we're going to Voss, apparently. There's a Dajic ruin island nearby devoted Molag Bal just southeast of the town. I'll start there. Balmora. Going to the city means we're going back to the northeast. It's a rumor ruin. Something sounds like a sneeze. Netch's lift. And then I'll bet anything that Lucian found the door to the Netch's realm near the old wizard's tower on the coast. Sadith Mora. I'll have to look into it. Okay.
Any luck finding the real fable?
I did. Any insights on locations in the fable?
Let me look. Here, this part about the river settlement. I bet anything that's Balmora. Lovely place. There's a big river running through the middle of town. Sounds like it was even bigger back when the fable was written.
Yeah, it got even smaller, I think, between ESO and Morrowind.
Something keeps tugging on my robes, like a child playing a game. But no one's there. It's the Netch, isn't it? This blob of yours is testing my patience.
Do you have any insight on the locations or the notes in this fable?
Let me see. This bit at the end that mentions Azura's coast. I bet it's referring to Sadrith Mora and Tel Galen. Just plot a course between those two towers, and I bet you'll find the door. That's what you're looking for, right?
Oh, you know how I was telling you about the Sinister Six in Final Fantasy XIV earlier, Joe?
Yes.
So, yeah, they just came into the tavern and plopped down, and the rabbit was like, okay, so we're going to create an evil organization to overthrow the countries of the world. And the person who was serving them was like, you're just going to say that out loud in public? And she just ignored him. It was ridiculous.
There are so many
Well,
awe-inspiring
I know in Marvel
creatures
there
whose
is
shape this
a
luminary
white
might have
rabbit
taken.
who is a complete
Indrik,
shithead.
dragon, griffin.
He is so
And
dumb.
yet, it's a netch. It's
He was
rather
holding
silly, but
two
perhaps that's the entire
unknown
point.
heroes hostage,
Yeah.
and she'd set something for like $1 million ransom. And then she goes like, since you haven't responded to my messages, the ransom has gone up to $800,000. I'm just like, that's down.
Nobody correct her. Nobody correct her.
No. Her minions just go along with it. Like, he was like, okay, drop the carrot bombs. And they're like, that makes me squeamish. I'm just gonna not aim at the crowd.
Alright, any clues you can give me to help with this fable?
Let's see. Ah, right at the top here. The Daedric Ruins. I don't know the name, but they're on an island southeast of Voss. If only the place was still full of chickens like the fable says.
I would prefer chickens to Daedra. I think most people would probably prefer chickens to... Excuse me, Daedra.
What about Daedric
Well,
chicken?
We don't talk about the Daedric chickens. Did you forget that I'm being followed by a Daedric chicken? Look at its glowing red eyes and its evil way it's pecking the ground.
Well, more tricks? Or did you find the real fable of the Netch?
Can you give me any clues to the locations of this
The
fable?
real fable? Of course. I remember it well. Let's see. There was mention of the Zainab, yes? The ruins you seek are called Nechuleft. Be sure not to
Bless
fall
you.
like the Ashlander in the story. The Netch may not see fit to catch you.
Man, we've been doing this bit with the Daedric chicken for years now. Bork, bork, bork! To Vardenfell. Okay, so we have arrived at Sadith Mora. Okay, so we're actually near where the... Okay, so that's our first location right there. I'm going to take a...
Interesting diorama they have in Vivek City.
Oh yeah, I built that.
Most interesting. A miniature version of all involving.
Forgot they used to do these museum pieces that they stopped doing. Where you would go around the zone and pick up different collectibles and create a thing at the end. The last time they did it was Western Skyrim. They haven't done it again since. Yeah, there were the cursed relics in Hrothgar. There was the diorama in Vardenfell. There was... I want to say there was... No, hold on, I'm sorry. The cursed relics were actually Somerset. There were still relics in Hrothgar, but they weren't cursed. The cursed relics were Somerset. Elsewhere had the mural, like the big mural that had different markings for each of the 12 kingdoms. I think even Merkmeyer and Southern Elsewhere had one too. Oh, I gotta repair my armor. I should have some bound repair kit. I do not have any bound repair kits on this character. I'm gonna have to visit a shop. Okay, hold on. There's supposed to be a ward within sight. There it is. Dispel. That's 2. Alright, take the first keystone fragment. Alright, so we're off to Balmora next, and there's a merchant in Balmora, so I'll just repair my gear when we get there. Let's see, where is the merchant? There's a magister right here. The magister can fix my gear. There's supposed to be a magister right here. Or not. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Well, there's definitely there's a general goods merchant right here at the bar, so.
Let's ride!
Oh, for glory. Not surprised. The Randy Netch Inn, huh?
The fires.
Alright. Alright, one to go. And that's 2 down. 1 to go. You know, I've often wondered if the dwarven names sound like they're sneezing because they lived underground and they had so much phlegm that they coughed every time they spoke their names, so they just named everything to sound like it so it would go good with a cough. Like, now choose a lift. Well, that was weird. I definitely should not have kept going there.
Feeling shy?
Ugh. Spell. Shoot. Shoot. Ah, that's not good.
Someone help us!
It's fine, Mary. No, son of a biscuit. I'm going to have to walk all the way back up. I fell off the edge trying to get to the ward, so I have to get all the way back up to the top again to undo the ward. Oh, that sucks. See if I can find the ramp that leads me back up. So have you just figured out what we're doing first today, Joe? Are we doing the investigation at the temple since we're already there?
Yeah, I suppose that would be the thing to do.
Okay.
I think I'm the one who's carrying the amulet.
No, you sent the amulet back to me. We already took care of that, remember?
No, sorry, no. By amulet, I meant the amulet for,
the investigation.
Because that's the easiest way, is speak to the dead, to one of the victims.
Oh yeah, I think you've got that.
Yeah. And then,
I was gonna say, does Shadowheart not have that spell anymore? But no, she doesn't.
I mean, even if she did, why waste the spell slot when...
That is a fair point, yes. Especially when it lasts for 8 hours. Yeah, I really like how long speak to animals and speak to dead lasts. Like, it gives you a lot of bang for your buck compared to the way it works in 5e normally.
Yeah, it's only, what, like a minute or something like that?
Something like that, yeah, but it's 8 hours in BG3. So. Or, you know, until a long rest. Okay, Storm, this time you're not going to fall off the edge. You're going to get this word, and we're going to get out of here. Even though it's really, really dark over here for some reason. There we go. Right, to the niche's door, which is over here by Sadith Mora. Man, I feel really weird right now because under normal circumstances, like if this was a normal year and it wasn't camp wasn't canceled, I would literally be like either on my way to camp right now or taking all my stuff downstairs to wait by the door to head to camp, and I'm not. Like, it's so weird. I mean, I'm still off this week, so, I get to at least have a week off of work, but it's still, I'm going to be going crazy without, I never really take a vacation for me, more than like one or 2 days.
I mean, I've got Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. Yeah.
Wednesday and Thursday, I'm not sure about my availability because I may be helping at a craft show with my dad that day. It depends on whether or not it rains.
Okay.
So I'll just have to wait and see what happens. Netch, I'm gonna kick your tentacly behind. Well, we were talking about, and while I still want to do more Dawn Trail tomorrow, we talked about, doing a call and you watching me, helping me through the rest of my own BG3 playthrough. If you're still up to doing that.
I don't remember having this conversation, but yeah, I'm up to doing that.
We did have this conversation, sorry.
As I said, I don't remember.
Behold my beauty.
Whether we did or not is beside the point. I don't remember.
To you, not Ulfsild. You have worked hard to find me. I know why, of course. I always know why. Confirm for me, please. Ulfsild is gone, yes?
Yes, Ulfsild is gone. I'm following in her footsteps to learn the art of scribing.
She said that might happen. I hoped she was mistaken. She often was. Well, no Ulfsild, no problem, not Ulfsild. You have a naturally buoyant spirit, I can tell. This will be an effervescent experience. Let us begin.
All right, where do we start?
Let's open the door to my domain and let some of my beauty, my majesty, into the Scholarium. Place the fable on the dais. Yes, the original fable. Not the new and enhanced version I wrote. That one won't work, unfortunately.
I'll place the fable, not the navel.
You have such a remarkable way of setting books down. Very deliberate. I'm supposed to test you. But tests are weighty, not good for floating. I prefer games. Easier to win and just as easy to prove how clever you are. Oh, listen to me, droning on like the dragon. Anyway, I have some games for us to play.
What kind of games do you have in mind?
The kind of games that make people feel lighter. Games that show how buoyant life can be. There are many who need the help of my benevolent and loving tendrils.
Oh god, I hate the fact that he said benevolent and loving tendrils. What kind of help do you have in mind?
Oh, anything to take the weight off the shoulders. Health, or happiness, or even money. Ulfsild tried to explain money to me. It sounded depressing, but apparently people quite like it. I have a list of helpful games for you to play.
Where can I find the list?
You must traverse the land in search of 7 orbs. Only with orbs in hand, when the warrior is high in the night sky, can you wish? I kid. They're right here. Only complete those that make you feel the most buoyant. I'll handle the rest.
Did you catch that reference, Joe?
I'm okay. My eyes on my screen, not yours.
Sorry.
I'm afraid.
You must traverse the land in search of 7 orbs. Only with orbs in hand, when the warrior is high in the night sky, can you wish.
Oh, you've posted that. You posted that a few weeks back when you were playing it on your own.
Yeah, I was like, the moment I saw that and I read it, I was like, let's stop, don't stop, we're in luck. I'll read your list then.
Let us see what you make of my little games. The best games are ones that others don't know they are playing. Makes for much more bubbly responses when they discover the joyful tricks we played on them.
I have a few questions.
Oh, of course you do, not Ulfshield. How can you be more buoyant? Why do you have no tendrils when I was blessed with so many? Why bother with the other luminaries when I am right here?
Somebody's got a high opinion of himself.
Life's mysteries for you, but I will try.
You mentioned Ovasad several times. What did she mean to you?
There was a truly boundless soul. Ulfshield was a most bubbly companion, joyous, ebullient, witty. She was clever and taught me many things. Very netchy. I wonder if she had some netch ancestry.
Most likely not. What do you remember about her?
Oh, many things. She had a distinct lack of tendrils. It was very memorable. Her familiar, the crow, was almost as memorable. And she had that, what's the word? The bearded creature she was fond of. Shala something? Shala boring, maybe?
Are you talking about her crow, Shalador?
How should I know? I only met
Or
him
her
once,
husband,
and
Shalador.
he was not buoyant at all. Ulfshield spent much of her time here, free of him. I always thought she floated much higher on her own. She would have made a great netch.
What does the art of scribing mean to you?
Scribing is buoyancy of the mind, floating in your soul, lift within your very skills and spells. I find the idea of everyone doing something all the same way not just boring, but dreadfully tragic.
That's where you help Ufasad to perfect the art?
You have your tendrils twisted on that. Ulfshield was the one who taught me. Though I shared my views and opinions with her, as I am happy to do with you, but we luminaries learned as much from the Archmage as she learned from us.
Can you tell me about yourself?
Picture it. A wizened scholar traces arcane runes across a detailed summoning. I'm kidding.
I don't get that
My birth was an
reference,
accident of
unfortunately.
Magic and deeply boring. It is why I try to stay so joyous and floaty. Existence is what you make of it, not Ulfshield.
Why'd you choose the form of a netch?
Is it not obvious? I mean, look at me. I am exceedingly buoyant, perfectly voluptuous. Oh, I see. You too hope to one day have a perfect form. Well, continue your studies, not Ulfshield. Someday you might ascend your imperfect vessel.
Can we talk about the luminaries?
Generally, far too dull for my tastes. Somber. Heavy. But I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Offering knowledge keeps me buoyant. So serious. So old. So focused. Too focused for me. I prefer to let the winds carry me where they will. The Indrik wishes we made sense, but we don't. So why let your tendrils get tangled up about it? My perfect form does not have eyes, not Ulfshield. But I want you to imagine I have them. Now imagine I am rolling them. She makes herself oh so clever, but ignores even simple truths when they are right in front of her snout. A heavy soul, but I think he means well. Over the years, he's lost sight of what he truly wants. You might say his vision of justice is somewhat frozen. A bit iced over. Oh, right. You don't get that joke yet. That will be funny later.
Yeah, that will be funny later. Games of the Netch. Okay. Now, I think when I did this, I actually caught fish, and I recovered the stolen objects. Beat champion in Forgotten Waste Store. And then I had to do one more, so I think I did the champion. Well, let's head to Vardenfell.
You lead. Light it up.
Man, the last time I came here, this place was crawling with people. Once again, it's been a couple weeks. A lot of people have finished this quest line already.
I guess this is a fight metal. I never used to fight this much until I met you.
I'm trying to remember where there's a whole bunch of Daedra. Unfortunately, Reewish is not set up as a fishing character, so can't really do the fishing one.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Cannon level must have really impressed Lord Vivek.
For a second there, I didn't think it was going to let me travel. Oh, we went back to the Durrani Acropolis. I don't know if you remember that quest where we unleashed an evil lich upon Tamriel. By any chance. Okay, there should be Daedra in this ruin. Speak of the Daedra. We're halfway there. All right. Oh, did you see where Conman was talking in the stream yesterday about the Bush's baked beans dog died?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I guess they don't have that over in Japan. Or not, sorry. I don't know where my brain is tonight. England. Or this morning. But, yeah, so there was this spokesman for Bush's Baked Beans, which is a big, like, baked bean company over here. And he was a dog, and he was always trying to get the baked beans from the humans because they're always like bacony or beefy and like really meaty baked beans. So he was always trying to steal them from the humans. And anyways, he passed away this past week. That's another piece of my childhood that's gone.
Thanks for
unfortunately.
asking. Off we go.
So I first did this quest line. It was it was the Wednesday after the chapter came out. I spent all day doing like the main story stuff in my primary character, and I came in here, and I think that my breakfast had just arrived because I had ordered in breakfast. And I don't know what I did, but like I bit down wrong or something, and like my mouth was absolutely on fire. Like while I was doing this, I was like, it was really bad actually.
Sorry to hear, man.
It's fine. I'm just glad I don't have a sinus infection anymore, because that's what was causing the majority of my discomfort, was the damn sinus infection. There we go. Now back to the wing of the Indrik, or the Netch, sorry. Ooh, 6th House Taylor's Bell. Did I already have that one? Actually, I might already have the collectible for this. Sixth House robe costume. Do I have that already? Yeah, I've got it. Okay, never mind. I have returned, Netch.
You are most impressive, not Ulfsealed. I will ensure the mortals I have in mind are aided by your buoyant deeds. In the meantime, let us talk about your proper trial, and another mortal altogether.
What do you want me to do for this mortal?
I try to stay buoyant. I do. If we are to brush the ground, it should be for good reason. A father breathes his last in Vardenfell at a clinic in the town of Suron. He has regrets to resolve before his soul becomes untethered and drifts away.
I'm going to help him resolve these regrets.
Your cleverness almost reaches that of Ulfsealed, not Ulfsealed. His soul has splintered into 3 parts. While my tendrils can hold him here for a time, a dark spirit seeks to claim him. That is why we must move quickly, with the help of your knight.
You want me to ask Nahalea for her help?
With her portals, you and the knight can flow with the wind. We'll need that to help this man. Ask her to come speak to me. I will make her float with knowledge, and you can prepare for your journey.
All right.
Soar suspended by your good intentions, not Ulfsealed. The clinic is in the town of Suron on the Isle of Vardenfell. The night will be an effervescent addition to your trial. I just know it.
Yeah, these quests are not short, but once we're finished with this, we should be able to move into the location quest, and we should swiftly wrap up the chapter after that.
The crow has warmed up to me, which is great. But now she wants to start tutoring me. It's like I'm back at my mother's home again. How goes your trial with the Netch?
Actually, the Netch wants you to help me in my trial.
Me? Of course. From chasing illusionary squirrels to luminary trials? It's been quite a day. Do you know why it wants me to tag along?
The Netch wanted to explain things to you itself.
I suppose when a magical being asks you to help out, you help out. This will be an interesting story to tell my parents when I head home for New Life Fest. See you when I catch up, adventurer.
See you soon.
Father, I got here as soon as I could. Please, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, my love. He's very weak.
Are you a healer with the clinic? Please, we came as soon as we heard. I need my father to know I made the journey. The way I last spoke to him, it can't be the last time. It can't. I never wanted him to pass from this world alone.
Not with the clinic. What happened?
I grew up thinking nothing could kill my father. He was a soldier and later a mercenary. Tough as they come. So when he wrote to me about this illness, I knew it was serious. We haven't spoken in years.
Why not?
He expected me to follow in his footsteps. I tried, but it's one thing to hold a sword and another thing to use it. I have the heart of a historian. I'm not made for battle. The last words between us were so bitter. I wanted to make amends.
Is there anything that can be done?
I don't know. The clinic says he's beyond their help. If I could just speak to him one more time, put our bitterness behind us and ease his passing. But it's too late. My father is in his final moments and has no idea I'm even here.
Alec, Melvina, hello. It must be a surprise to see me.
Nalia? What are you doing here?
I'll fill you in shortly. We're here to help. A friend, can I have a word? I had no idea Alec's father was even sick. We're old friends, so I'm eager to help however we can. Did the Netch explain how I'm going to help you? Back to where we began with portals?
It did. Something about moving with the wind.
That sounds like the Netch. Apparently you're not the only one being tested here. Alec's father, Johannes, is still alive. But his soul is splintered and drifting across the face of Nirn.
Okay, now I just need to hold it.
What's up?
I just overtook the lead person in the race, and
Nice.
there's no pits left, so...
You're going to help
just...
me with the portals?
Yes. Any other time, I'd be annoyed. Portals are all the guild things I'm good for. But this is important. I'll remain here, divine where you're headed next, and open pathways as you go. It gave me some kind of mystical ink that will help us out.
The ink will connect you to the soul fragments?
That's what the Netch said. Something about the ink snarling my tendrils with the wayward soul fragments. This is why I didn't stay with spell work. If you're ready, wish me luck, and let's get started.
I'm ready. Good luck.
Nalia, please. Is there anything you and your friend can do?
I just want him to know I'm here.
Holy shit. My plan worked, but the charm. I'm
That's
16 seconds ahead of the
You're headed to Dragon Bridge.
next person in the race.
Magnus.
I pitted early so that I have the momentum, so when everyone pits, I'm overtaking. And
Yeah. Well, that's always the gamble, is whether, you pit early and then risk not pitting when everyone else pits, so...
My first brush with
Yeah, last thing you have to pit at least once.
had us on the run. I was so far from
Otherwise, I'd just use one of the better tires, the longer lasting tires.
die alone.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, was it Lightning McQueen and cards who refused to pit and ended up blowing a tire?
I can't remember. I mean, it's in the rules, apparently. You have to use 2 sets of tires each race.
Yeah. I love some of the jokes that we have about NASCAR. The thing is like, we live in an area that's, you're either really pro NASCAR or you're really against NASCAR. To me, NASCAR is just an excuse for dumb people to get drunk and watch the pretty colors swirl across the track. Because all they're doing is, oh god, they're making a left turn. Oh god, they're making another left turn. I wonder what's going to happen next. Look, left turn again.
Well, there's more than just left turns here.
Oh, that's good. It's not a normal racetrack then, but in Daytona,
well, it's Formula 1.
Yeah, in Daytona, you just drive around a huge it's not a circular track. It's more like a, I guess it's more like an oval. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if an oval's the correct term, but it's.
I get what you mean. It's a bit
Yeah.
like a foot racing track.
Yeah. I find races to be more interesting when the stage is not just, you know, when the stage is more interesting.
But Formula One,
Yeah.
you've got fast turns, hard turns, soft turns, lefts, rights, circles, roundabouts.
Well, I mean, even the Gran Turismo games had more interesting tracks than just ovals.
Well, that's because Gran Turismo is Formula One.
No, I didn't know that was Formula One.
I'm at the end, aren't I? Dragon Bridge. My blood warmed the icy water. I should have died that day. Yeah, maybe I did. Marielle, Blackberry Mead, Border Watch, Alec, my life's pride. Were all those warm memories just the dreams of a dying young soldier?
It wasn't a dream. Alec is waiting for you in Stern.
Alec? Yes. This is where I learned of Alec. Near death. Perhaps nearer than I am now. I remember tendrils cradling me, lifting me to the water's edge. My wounds closing, pain easing. A voice that was joyous, clear.
What did it say?
That I had to live for my son. I feared I'd never live to meet him. I was just glad I wouldn't die alone. But when I woke later, no one was there. And when next I saw my wife, she handed me our child, a boy. My Alec. Where is he?
He's with you right now in Surin. That's one fragment.
Loftily done! Nalia, the next portal, if you please. To Border Watch Ruins you go!
The day I thought Alec would join me as a soldier in my new assignment. The day he would break my heart.
We had a Harley Davidson racing game growing up too. That was quite a bit of fun. So there was the normal tracks, but there was also a open map where you could just drive around this open hillside.
When I put that wooden sword in his hands, I'd convinced myself that he would aspire to be like me. That he was a fighter.
I mean, sometimes that works out and sometimes it doesn't. Like, look at Driss. Driss had swords put in his hand from a very early age, and he proved to be an absolute master of them. And not just because he was forced to be. Driss genuinely loves his swordplay.
Well, as I said, his father was able to notice like just how good he was with his hands. Like, nah, he's a fighter.
Yeah, he was very lucky the weapons master was in fact his father, and not someone who didn't care about him. Or he would have been forced to be a wizard like Malice wanted.
Yeah. Swiftly and with style. I won like 18 seconds ahead of everyone.
Nice.
I sent for my son, urging him to
Woo!
enlist.
I was like, every time, because when you're pitting early, you're seeing the other cars pass you. And you've got to go, no, no.
Alec had such a love of history. I thought he'd relish the chance to stand with the soldiers that made it. I wanted to fight side by side with my son. Wanted that life so badly. Handing me his blade felt like he'd run it through my heart.
What did you say to him?
I told him he'd be a failure. That he'd come crawling back. What loving father does that? Divines. What possessed me to say such things?
Then return to Surin. You can still reach him.
Only one remaining, not Ulfsealed. Nalia, a portal to Blight Bog Sump, please.
Back to Murkmire then. Trying to think of what other racing games we had. We had Gran Turismo 2. We had Harley Davidson Wheels of Freedom.
Long gone. My son is
I want to say we had a Cubex racing game. I don't know if you ever saw Cubex or not.
Never heard of it, I'm afraid.
Soldier's worst nightmare.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Metabots by any chance?
Can't say I am.
Okay. So basically, these people is this world where people have robots that are made of different cubes that allow them to be more customized, and they battled with them. Yeah. I want to say that Cubex was also the name of like the main robot. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Then again, I haven't thought about Metabots in a long time either. That was that's really old.
Nah, that's the only problem. Ferraris.
They're coming for us. Where'd you go?
Back off.
Cannot be denied.
It won't be denied, but it can be.
Would it kill them to run away?
It won't be denied, but it can be stayed for the moment.
Maybe they should try that.
My final venture as a man of the sword. I resigned my station and took to mercenary work. I had tracked a bounty to these ruins filled with traps and monsters. I was lost, injured. I fell and my torch went out. I was alone. So alone.
What happened?
I saw a shape in the darkness, looming like a storm cloud. Tendrils swaddled me like a babe. I did not fight as they held me close, set me on my feet, and I heard that laughing voice from all those years before.
What did it say?
It told me of Alec's life, his wife, his work as a respected historian. Alec was happy, and I was happy to hear it. I left these ruins, but I didn't have the courage to write my son until I fell ill. And then it was too late to make amends.
It's not too late. Alec is waiting for you in Surin.
Well done, not all sealed. Nalia will see you back to Suron, where father and son reunite.
Father, it's Alec. I'm here. Just be still.
My boy, I have much to say after coming so far. Just let me catch my breath.
He can hear me. He knows I'm here. My father doesn't have to pass from this world alone. I'm so overwhelmed.
What's up?
If anyone had watched out about knowing the position, she'd think I came in last because I came round the track on my own. And then they're like 18 seconds later, and I'm the other one's like, oh, okay.
You were basically a whole lap ahead of them. That's funny.
Well, not. I'd say about a fifth of a lap, maybe.
Oh, does this game have it where you can record your races?
It has highlights. I don't know about. I mean, I suppose I could just
Growing up, he was all I had.
Well, some of the
You
older
were the
racing
video
games, there was
clips.
an option to save a race, and
We
you could
regretted
rewatch
what we
it to
said
see
to
what
each
you
other,
did wrong and learn from it
years
in the
got away
past.
from
Huh.
us.
I didn't see anything like that. But
Actually, a lot of games had stuff like that. The driver games had that, where you're playing like the older driver, like 1 and 2 games. You'd had the option to do that.
I'll try to tell him everything. My time as a historian.
I was not
meeting
expecting my
wife,
plan to
Malvina,
work that well.
Everything. I'm just so relieved.
Like, I
to
didn't
hear
even
his
need to
voice
fight
again.
for that first place.
You and
Yeah.
Nalia have given me a memory to last the
Because
rest of
I
my life.
hadn't pitted yet. I didn't know that.
Thank you, stranger.
And you have to pit.
My life's pride. I'm so sorry. Those things I said to you. I wish I could take it all back.
I know, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't give you the chance to make amends.
Shh, my boy. We're together now. That's all that matters.
We've done all we can here. Let's head back to the Scalarium and speak with you-know-who.
Mary's like, my work is done here, and I'm like, but you didn't do anything.
Don't know about you, but that really took it out of me. I'll meet you back at the Scalarium, all right? I'll say goodbye to my friends and probably take the long way back. I'm too exhausted to summon another portal right now.
Thank you again, stranger. I hope I look all right. I didn't anticipate meeting my father-in-law today.
Oh man, this is the first time she's meeting her father-in-law on his deathbed. That's gotta be weird.
What a marvelous game we just played! And you did it without my lithe and stylish tendrils. Even I must admit, I could not have done it better.
Alex seemed very grateful to have time with his father.
What a delicious trick! Returning his father just in time! Grief is heavy, not good for floating. Regret, that's even worse. Alec and his father were trapped beneath all that weight. And now, they are both just a little lighter.
Light enough to have that conversation.
Now you're getting it. The best tricks are the ones nobody sees coming. A twist of fate, a bubble of hope, a glorious multi-limbed embrace. Seeing people happy is all for my own gratification. Selfish, I know, but I've been called worse.
Have I earned your respect, your support for my scribing journey?
Absolutely. Consider my trial passed. I'll summon up my sigil, and you can take it back to the altar. It is time for you to scribe up your own clever tricks. Just remember to stay light, stay breezy, keep yourself as netchy as you can.
I'll try Netch, thank you.
My sigil. Use it to amplify the altar and seek to better the world through your scribing. Be sure to thank Nalia, and don't be a stranger, or I'll find an excuse to start wandering the Scalarium again.
Please don't. No, don't do it. Don't. So I was watching
I just got back myself.
I was watching a clip of a VTuber. So they were doing this thing where they had a punishment wheel and they would roll it. Well, they rolled do a gifted sub. So they found a small streamer and gifted a sub in their channel. And the person was like, "Oh, thank you." And then their chat found the person, and all like 700 people in this VTuber's chat started following this person, and they assumed they were being botted. So they ended their stream, and the person was like, "No, chat, stop." And then it's like, you killed her!
Thank you. It means a lot that we could help Alec find some closure. I'm not sure he would have ever forgiven himself if we hadn't been there today.
You're welcome.
I wonder if Ulfsild ever faced a personal trial like this when she met the Luminaries the first time. I guess we just have to do what we can when we can and hope for the best. Oh, Magnus, did the Netch teach us a lesson?
Maybe. What do you think the Netch drew? Why do you think the Netch drew you into its trial?
The Netch acted like it was another trick, but I felt for some time like my magic has stagnated. It was really hard. But it was kind of a joy to really challenge myself. Still think I'll stick to swords and shields, though.
It was good working with you.
I feel the same way. Just look at all the lives you made brighter. The altar is another wing stronger, and we reunited a man and his son for one final day together. The Netch's antics were kind of moving. All because of you, my friend.
Fable of the Griffin. Pages of this book are torn out, leaving nothing but the shell. I can't read the next part of a tome.
Sorry about that one, adventurer. I need to brief you.
Seems we have
Ho
a
there,
pest
friend.
problem of sorts.
I know the path of scribing beckons. You're no doubt hoping to contact the Griffin Luminary. Unfortunately, it seems we have a page thief in the Scalarium.
Someone stole the pages from the Griffin Fable?
Just so. We were cataloging tomes and left the fable unattended for just a moment. Then from the other room, we heard yips and snarls and found it torn apart. Nalia is already at work trying to find an alternative to the missing pages. The East Wing, looking for anything Ulfsild might have left behind about the Griffin. Hopefully she'll get you pointed in the right direction. My deepest apologies. This was a grave error on my part, but it won't happen again.
I'll go speak to Nalia.
Don't worry. A few wards around the library and we'll make sure the page thief doesn't strike again. In the meantime, perhaps Nalia has found something left behind by Ulfsild over in the East Wing.
How is the catalog going?
It's going well. I'm not usually the type to work at a desk, but it's been interesting to walk the halls and see all the different titles. From what Julian and Anard have said, this place is a treasure trove of knowledge. A section dedicated to cookbooks from the First Era, shelves of poetry from Atmora, and a startling number of bawdy limericks stacked up in a pile of chapbooks. Archmage Ulfsild, it seems, was eager to follow the hunt for knowledge wherever it led.
Limericks, oh
Julian
god.
and Anard set up wards. This won't happen again.
Dum-dee-dum. Typically starting with something like one fine day. One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead kings go up to fight. Back to back they faced each other, drew their bows, and stabbed themselves.
Ah, good, you're here. Give it a listen.
I'm sorry, what now?
That was Cadwell's song that he sings when you first meet him in ESO.
Nothing we can do now will outpace the
Okay.
of a Daedric prince. This situation is hard to
Okay.
accept, but I wish the Griffin
Now, need a fuck?
this isn't a fight we can
It's Cadwell, Joe. Do you really need an explanation for Cadwell?
Yes!
He's
Yes,
Cadwell! He's John Cleese.
She sounded so sad. Losing Ivea and the Scalarium to the whims of Sheogorath must have been devastating. And it sounds like the Griffin didn't much like it either.
Perhaps with Aya returning to Nern, the Griffin will be in a better mood.
One can hope. I still can't quite wrap my head around the fact that you helped bring Ivea home. In any case, Ulfsild was just as talented as her husband. Almost every one of her wards is holding, which makes our interloper all the more confusing.
What do you mean?
I managed to catch sight of our pest just before you arrived, and it's a fox. Possibly the fox Ulfsild mentioned in the Echo?
It
was enormous and seemed intelligent. Honestly, it looked very surprised to see me.
An intelligent fox stole the fable pages.
We're all in above our heads here. Don't look to me for answers. Luckily, our foxy friend might have helped us out.
Foxy friend.
When he saw me, he dropped one of the pages. It's the first page to the fable, with Ulfsild's notes clear as day.
Her notes are already visible without the lens.
Ulfsild must have left it behind with the annotations already visible. For some reason? Maybe if you meet that fox, you can ask him about it. I put it on the table just over there. Give it a look.
Have you learned anything else about Ulfsald or the Griffin in your research?
Ulfsild's handwriting is in every tome in here, but she wasn't eager to share much of herself with history. As for the Griffin, he seems to come off as a strong personality, but with a bit of an interesting soft spot. That fox she mentioned.
How is the fox and the Griffin soft spot?
Well, if the Griffin is the stout defender Ulfsild's notes make him out to be, you'd think he'd take a dim view to thievery. But apparently this mighty Griffin and this clever fox got along as thick as... well, thick as thieves.
Do you think Ulfsad wrote down so little about herself?
I think she felt there were more important things to write about. She seems very driven, in her echoes and in the notes. Compelled by her quest to understand scribing and the luminaries. To leave behind a legacy.
What do you mean by strong personality? Stronger than the Netch?
Magnus, I'm not sure that's possible. The Netch's joyous floating is, well, it's a singular experience. Ulfsild's notes make him out to be something of a knight in the mold of the ancient orders. Strong, true, and unyielding.
Alright. Find this page. A castle on the River Treva. Could this be the Overlook Tower? I've never heard it referred to by that name. Regardless, we're in the Rift. So we're going to Rift.
And
near
you're off
Treva's
like a
Watch.
racing frog. Let me know if you want to confer about the directions in the fable.
No, I think I understand it. Yeah, so I did mine in a weird order. I started with, that's a, skin grad. I guess I do have to talk, no, here's the portal that I need, I think. Yeah. So I did mine in a weird order. I started with Indrik, of course, because you have to. Then I did the dragon, then I did the Netch, and then I did the griffin last, so. But this time I'm going in the order of the, let's see. It looks like I do need to talk to her. Okay, I'll do that real quick. What was I saying? This time I'm going in the order of the altar, so from left to right.
I'm so glad we were able to overcome this little hiccup. That first page should be enough to get you going. I just hope you'll find some clue that will lead you to the next set of wards. I'm not too familiar with the Rift, but I do know that the Treva is a river that splits the hold. Maybe follow it south from the Molten and see what you can find? Just remember, what was a castle overlook back then might just be ruins now. Something about those names. Gray and Zarya. They seem familiar, but I can't imagine I've read this. Maybe the fable was the basis for one of my mum's many bedtime stories? She had scores of them for every season and mood that took her.
Somebody had a lot of bed stories in that case, especially given the fact how long elves live in the Elder Scrolls. See, that's where the Wood Elves have like the greatest advantage, is that the Wood Elves not only have like long lifespans, but they also like they have the most children of any race of elf. Like, it's not unusual for a Wood Elf clan to easily have 20 or
Some
30
people
children
don't
in
like
a
the
single
bustle of
generation.
cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
Get back, you betcha!
Don't be scared. I'm a friend, I think.
The fox has just appeared. He is huge.
Oh my gosh, I was right. You're trying to fix Ulfsilt's library. You're trying to talk to the Griffin, aren't you? I am so sorry about tearing all the pages out of that book.
So that was you? Why did you steal all the
I
pages?
got excited. Oh, that happens sometimes. And it's what I'm good at. The stealing, I mean. Let's start over. I'm the fox. Ulfsild said one day people might try to break in. When I saw you sniffing around, I thought I'd try and protect my friend.
Yeah, we're working with the Luminaries to restore the Scalarium.
That's why I stopped hiding. When I got close, I could smell the Indrik on you. If the Indrik thinks you're good, then you're good. That guy knows good. I see now I was just holding you back. Let me make it up to you.
You'll give me back the pages for the fable?
About that. I took quite the mouthful of pages. And then I dropped one when your friend Nalia, was it? Oh, when she saw me. So, I thought it best to hide the other pages near the other wards. Good news, though. I hid one right here.
Alright, let's see it then. Is that you starting a race? That sound?
Yeah, sorry.
You're fine. I just wanted to make sure that's what it was, so.
Great. I've got my own way to get about.
One of the
I'll see you at the next location.
Already hot maps. Where they've got to do like a challenge like drifting or drive through gates.
Oh, I was watching some videos this morning on YouTube while I was doing Dawn Trail, because there's a lot of just like writing back and forth, so I like to put on something to listen to while I'm doing that. And somebody was talking about how you can't make an effective tuxedo mask in Dungeons and Dragons, so I posted for them my 2 tuxedo mask builds. Nobody's responded yet, but I'm wondering what their reactions are going to be too. Either if you want to do the classical '90s tuxedo mask, you got to do the Kensei monk with rose darts and a cane club.
Look at you go.
And then if you want to do the manga or crystal tuxedo mask, you got to go Sun
Quicker
Soul.
than I was expecting. I thought I'd have to come out and show you where it was. Oh, I'm one step closer to talking to the Griffin again.
You and he are good friends?
Oh, the best of friends. He's not the best conversationalist right now, but just wait. When he's back to his normal self, he'll be a joy to talk to. Just one more key fragment to go.
Did you hide another page from the fable here?
Oh, right. Yes. So, I dropped it. I was down by the water taking a drink when a great large cat spooked me. I didn't think cats got that big. I think it's still down there.
I'll go down and take a look.
Find the big cat by the water, and I bet that page will still be there. I believe in you.
Where's this big cat that he's talking about? He's talking about a Khajiit? No, the tiger. He's definitely talking about this tiger. I can see why he would be spooked. That's a big tiger. That's a whole lot of cat. Right, where are we going? Where are we going? That delve over there. Oh, you want to know something interesting, Joe? That I found out today? You know, lion roars and like movies and television shows were actually done by a tiger, not a lion.
Huh.
Yep. And apparently that tiger also passed away recently. But yeah, they had a he did all the big roars for like The Lion King and all sorts of other movies like that. Because apparently lions don't roar all that loudly. I want to say he was also the roar they used for the tiger in or not tiger, jaguar in Tarzan. What's his name?
I know who you're talking about. The main antagonist?
Yeah.
What would you say? Gods.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Shere Kong, but no, that's Jungle Book. Or Shere Khan, but that's Jungle Book. That's not.
Nah. Is that Shakal, something like that?
Maybe.
No, I can't remember.
I do know that he ended up being turned into a belt, or he was skinned and brought to the gorillas dead. Which, you know, was kind of vengeance for the female gorilla's dead child. The one that she adopted Tarzan to fill the spot of. Man, every time I think about it, that song, what is that song? The one that plays in Tarzan when the baby finds it, it's like, you'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. Yeah, that always gets me every time.
That should fetch a fair fetching price.
There we go, the third key fragment.
Wow, it's cold in here. Let's be quick. That's 3, right? You've really got a knack for this kind of thing. Is it possible? Have you ever been a fox?
I'm a lizard! Why are you asking?
Where I come from, folks become foxes and foxes become folks. It's a thing. I was just curious. Anyway, you're so close to meeting the Griffin. With this last page, you should have the whole fable put back together.
I should be able to find the Griffin's door then.
Right! And good timing. All this jumping around has got my paws yelping. You go find your door, I'll head back to the Griffin, and we'll get him talking. Yay!
I'll see you in the wing of the Griffin then.
Dig, dig, dig. Here you go.
Near dusk, already in the shadow of Mount Horrorgarth, meaning a barrow close to the eastern side of the mountain's base, Iverstead is built near one such place. Yeah, so there's just a door to the the wing of the Griffin on top of the burrow in Iverstead, where you can literally go in Skyrim. I find that very funny. Open. Door of the Griffin.
Well, I'm going to be swapping over to my PS5 in case my controller needs charging, so I'm going to be... I'll disappear from the call for a few minutes.
Okay. I'll probably be taking my break in just a minute anyways. You know what? I'll actually go ahead and do that because, you know, it's about time anyways, and then that way you won't miss anything, so...
Wow, I might miss some. But,
a little bit, yeah. I'll see you when you get back.
Alright.
Alright, I return. Okay, Joe has not rejoined the party yet, but that is fine. So, I think I see what the Netch was talking about.
They're going to help you out.
It's going to be hard to talk to the Griffin when he's literally a popsicle.
Welcome to the wing of the Griffin. As you can see, the Griffin himself isn't quite ready to talk just yet. I've kept him company ever since the library disappeared. I'm not sure if he can hear me in there, but I talk to him every day.
What happened?
Oh, you should have seen him. Wings spread so wide that he could block out the sun. The Griffin was ready to take on Sheol Gorath all by himself. Ulfsild was the one that stopped him, froze him here like this, to keep him safe.
Why did she freeze him?
Ulfsild knew that in a fight between a luminary and a Daedric prince, the Griffin would lose. He's probably mad at her. But I'm grateful. I don't know what I would do if I didn't still have him around. And now you're here!
What can I do?
Ulfsild conjured up a mighty blizzard to freeze him and hung the magic on a ward she left behind. You should be able to dispel it just like you do the other wards. Just so you know, he might be a little grumpy. Sorry in advance.
I'll dispel the ward and free the Griffin then. Word of the Blizzard, dispel. He is free!
Whoa. Easy. It's me. Remember? The fox.
I remember you, my friend. Don't worry. I just been holding that in a long time. Mortal, greetings and defiance. My companion has clearly adopted you, but then he's always seen the best in people. Why should I stay my claws?
I'm working with the group to restore the Scalarium. We have no reason to fight.
I have been trapped here for a very long time, mortal. I did not feel the full passage of time, but I know it's been many years. I know Ulfsild is dead. And I know what happened to Ivea.
Ivea has returned to Nirn. I helped Shelador to reclaim the island.
Truly? Impressive to think you may have bested the Daedric Prince of Nonsense.
Nonsense.
You have a luminary's apology, mortal. This has not been an easy awakening. Once, my feathers were armor, my talons cut stone, and my beak could rend the sky itself.
I just want to rescue the Scalarium and Master Scribing.
Ah, focused, driven. You remind me of Ulfsild, but I suppose that's to be expected. Give me a moment to gather my thoughts, mortal. Place the fable upon the dais, and if you want, speak to my companion. He'll be eager to chat, no doubt.
I'll place the fable and open the door.
Sorry again about ripping up the fable. Hopefully my slobber didn't mess up the magic. I wouldn't know what to do if it did. Maybe more slobber? No, that can't be right.
More slobbercasting questions.
You want to ask me questions about me? I mean, I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a little
guy. What do you want to know? What can I tell you?
Are you a luminary like the Griffin?
No. How could you confuse me with a luminary? We're nothing alike. I'm a talking fox.
That's why I'm asking if you're a luminary.
Nope. I'm from a place where lots of people look like me. Or birds, or deer, lots of wolves. Deep forests and a night sky that goes on forever. The only bad part? Sometimes the horns of the hunt sound, and we all have to run for our lives.
Are you from Hercian's realm, the hunting grounds?
Oh, you know it? It's an incredible place, isn't it? I've talked to beings from other Daedric realms, and it sounds like those princes ask a lot of their subjects. Hercian's not like that. He's a great prince, as long as you don't get caught.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable. How did you and the Griffin become friends?
That's a funny story.
the Griffin is a great hero, and he was trying to protect some people in a little village. There was a war on, elves coming from the west. I was there because the local baker made this incredible honey bread and barrow cheese.
You were stealing food?
No! The baker and I were friends. He fed me sometimes. Anyway, I was just about to bite into a loaf when some soldiers broke into his home. I tried to defend him, but look at me. That's when the roof came off, and the Griffin put his whole head in! Ha!
So the Griffin saved you from those elven soldiers?
Yes! I was so grateful. I brought him sweets and trinkets for weeks, no matter how hard he asked me not to. Eventually he realized how handy it is to have a little guy like me around, and we've been buddies ever since.
How were you able to get into the Griffin's domain if the door was closed?
Oh, that's easy. I just sniffed my way around. Ulfsild always said I had a nose that could find a sweet roll in the Deadlands. I just closed my eyes and trust my snout. That's how I got into the library and the Griffin's domain.
Can you go anywhere you want?
Well, there's plenty of places I've never been. But if the fabric of the realm is thin enough and the scent is strong enough, I can nuzzle my way through. Pretty handy for finding fun little trinkets.
What a funny little Daedra. Alright, it's time to give me your task.
Poor guy.
Not you.
It's so good to be able to stretch my limbs, to breathe deep again. I need to go flying soon to truly shake off this chill. But first, we have business, you and I.
What would you like me to do? Challenges like the Indrik?
The other luminaries concern themselves with challenges, riddles, frippery, and dalliance. If you wish to earn my trust, my strength, know it takes heart to protect, to shield those that do not have the strength to defend themselves.
You want me to protect people?
I chose to be a bulwark against the hordes, and I'll ask you to do the same. I will summon a list of safeguard tasks. Complete the ones that appeal to you. I will rally my strength, and we will see what happens next.
I'll complete some of your safeguard tasks and return Griffin.
Injustice did not rest while I slumbered. Your time will be well used on these tasks, and while you are gone, the fox and I will have some time to catch up. I missed him dearly.
Why are you in the Fox Companions?
He is loyal, perhaps to a fault. A quality that we both share. When we first met, he was attempting to save a life, and I felt compelled to intervene. Just another creature to protect, sheltering beneath my wings.
But that's not true now.
I would call what we have a partnership, if he had any interest in making decisions. He is fiendishly clever, and unless I'm mistaken, I would not be talking to you today, if not for him.
You seem an odd pairing.
Our differences, I think, do not weaken us, but instead make us stronger. I act as a shield for the weak. He aids me in my calling, and we enjoy our time together. What else would you ask for in a companion? In a friend?
Can you tell me about yourself?
I am not so old as the Indrik, not so young as the Netch. I was born from another's death, a great sage who stood against a terrible enemy and burned them out from within. A mighty and beautiful spell that cost them their life.
How were you born from that magic?
The casting required a lengthy ritual, a vast pool of magicka, built day upon day, only to rush forth into a great flood. When the dam burst, there was still a great reservoir left behind, one that coalesced, distilled into me.
Why did you choose to be a griffin?
Elves have carved the shape of winged beasts since before mankind existed. I am a symbol, and top of mind or not, Symbols have meaning. So I am the Griffin, sharp of talon and beak, wings to block the sun, justice incarnate.
I am the knight. I am Griffin Man. Dun dun dun. Why is protecting people so important to you?
The circumstance of my existence is strange, to say the least, but my power, my strength is a gift. From Magnus, from Aetherius, choose as you will. That is a gift that I could honor, or I could squander. I choose the path of honor.
You feel compelled to act this way?
I believe it is what we choose to do that defines us, not where or how we are born. When I see cruelty against the weak, when I know my gifts can make a difference, I step in. How could I not?
Safeguards of the Griffin. Collect ethereal shards in Cyrodiil. Collect fox fruit in the rift. Slay a delve boss in the rift. Claim a phylactery shard, yeah. I know which 3 we're gonna try doing, so. One thing I need to do before we head out.
Julian and I placed bets on what the pest would turn out to be. Turns out we were both wrong, which really is the second best option to being right. Did you need my help with something? I'm not normally one to advocate pickpocketing, but I know of these merchants in the Rift. You can find them in Riften, Nemalton, and Shaw's Stone. Make them sorry for promising miracles from their overpriced cure-alls. Just don't get caught.
I'm glad we got the pest problem from earlier sorted. Laren and Julian had me crawling under the most awful and dusty places looking for rats, spiders, you name it. No more of that, thank you very much.
Do you have any insight into any of these tasks?
Let's see. Cyrodiil. War-torn indeed. These Ayleid ruins are more or less equal distance around Lake Rumer, and no matter who holds what, you'll likely be crossing enemy territory. I'd try to hide or run, but you may prefer to fight.
The fox was able to leave the Griffin's side at any time, but I wonder how much he did. You've done a kind deed today.
Do you have any insight into any of these tasks?
Lost Prospect, yes. I believe the land he speaks of is just east of Riften. Foxroot is exceedingly rare, an herb used in clever magic. Ulfsild often sent the fox on errands to retrieve it. Its scent must remind the Griffin of her.
That fox came around, and he's maybe the sweetest person I've met in years. Who would have thought a Daedric creature could be like that? It'd be unbecoming of a knight like myself to advise on Thieves' Guild happenings. So I definitely won't tell you to look for heist jobs at the Den and Bar's Landing. You'd have to be more than a petty thief to get access to jobs like that.
Yeah, I have no intention of doing that.
If this fox really was a friend of Ulfsild's, you'd think she'd have taught him not to deface books. Sorry, did you need something? I've heard whisper of liches and dungeons. Places like Fanglair, Crypt of Hearts, and the Vaults of Madness. Probably not a good idea to go alone. Don't look at me, though. I've got to make sure that fox fellow doesn't go after more books.
I could probably solo one of those dungeons, but I think we'll be fine doing the other things. We've still got an hour and 35 minutes left in the stream, and we've got 2 quests left to go after this. So I don't know if we're going to finish today. We'll see. We'll see how far we get with the dragon. I think we can finish the dragon, but I don't think we can finish the last quest. We might, but we'll just have to play it by ear and see. see how long it takes us to...
What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished.
All you ever think about is food, Mary.
Let's ride! I really don't like your odds.
Okay, now we just gotta go do a delve boss and then pickpocket. May as well go do the pickpocketing first, actually. Hey Joe, welcome back.
Alright, I'm back. Hello?
Yep, can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, that's... Yeah, I said welcome back when you first came in. Sorry about that.
I didn't hear that now.
Well, that was easy. Alright, let's go take out a delve boss.
I'm always dropping things.
Well, there's literally a delve right next to this way shrine. There's no reason not to go and do this one. This hasn't happened in a long time. Usually the PlayStation 5 loads really fast. I hope you're not about ready to crash, game. That would be really sucky. Let me wait patiently for the game to load. Yeah, this is very unusual for the PS5. Well, shoot. Why is it doing this? I really don't want to exit the game and have to start the stream over again for the last hour of the stream like I did last week. Please, game, come on. This is ridiculous.
That's okay. It won't be an hour. It'll be an hour and 40 minutes.
It still will be.
I know.
It's annoying.
I know.
I think I'm gonna have to accept that it's crashed, though. I don't think it's gonna come. I don't think waiting is gonna do any good. All right, so sorry if you're watching this on YouTube. This is going to be broken into a second part because there's no way I'm going to be able to preserve the stream because it's going to crash the moment I exit the game. But that's the only way I can think to reset the game and get back into it. So I will be back in just a minute. There'll be a fresh stream, and this will be broken into two parts again. Hopefully the maintenance they do tomorrow actually fixes this game so it doesn't keep happening because this is getting really annoying that I can't have a full stream because the game crashes. I'll be right back.